What's up, y'all? Welcome to Shades Tube, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It is August the 30th, 2024. Thank God it's Friday, y'all. Happy and blessed weekend to you guys. All right. It is 12:51 a.m. out here on the West Coast. And guys, I'm coming back at you tonight with a very great live on a very interesting topic. Y'all, I was so shocked to find out the information that I found regarding this topic. I wanted to share it with you guys. And the reason why I decided to do this topic tonight is because earlier, guys, me and my daughter was in the car talking while I was doing my job, right? And I don't know, she just came up and asked me, did I know kids go to jail? And I was like, yeah, to detention, not to detention centers, but to juvie. And she was like, not just to juvie, but actual jails, prison. And I was like, girl, you are lying. I do not believe that. And so, you know how Shay's Tube is. I'm going back and forth with her, telling her to show me information to support her claim. And guess what? She did. And you guys, I decided to share that with you all in this live. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about children going to prison and also children being on, what penalty and being executed. Also, I want to tell you guys another interesting story about a Wells Fargo employee who was DEAD at his desk or her desk for about 4 days and no one knew. Can you believe that, guys? Can you believe that craziness? But before we start off with this live, I want to ask you guys to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming video. Again, like, subscribe, hit that bell. You can leave a comment at the end of this video and also share. And thank you so much in advance. Okay, let's go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. It will be in my comment area, and part of it is scrolling across that green, yellowish banner. Also, if you want to do additional support to this channel, you can do that by doing a Cash App to $ShadeStube. Thank you in advance for that as well. Welcome to all my new subbies. I got a couple new people, so welcome to them. Thank you so much for joining Shay's family, and thanks to everybody who's been with me for the longest. I appreciate all of you guys. All right, and thanks again. All right, so y'all, let's go ahead and get this started. Hey, Jermaine, what's up? What's up? And let me go ahead and put my music on. And thank you for coming by and staying here chilling with me, Jermaine. Okay, let's put that back on, y'all. So let's go ahead and jump right into this because I'm not trying to keep y'all up too long. So let's go ahead and get this started. Where's my phone at, y'all? I don't even know what stuff is at. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, you are going to be shocked with the information that I'm going to give you guys. I still cannot believe that they put kids in jail. Okay? I can't believe this. I was sitting up here saying that I think that they need to change up the system regarding kids and actually, do the detention center, not detention, juvenile thing, until the kid reaches 18. Then once they reach 18, then they go to a regular detention center if they do, crimes like murder, the RAPE and things like that. But the thing is that I did not realize they already do this. Okay. And I don't agree with them, putting little kids in a jail with grown-ups, like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't agree with that. I think they really need to, make maybe a second half of the detention center, right, for kids who commit, murder, the RAPE, crimes like that. I think they need to have a separate facility to put these type of kids there. That's more like the regular, prison or jail, but it's just made for kids. I don't think that they should be putting little kids in jails with grown-ups for many different reasons. I just don't think that's something that they should be doing. And I still cannot believe that they actually did this before. You said put them in general population. Why, Jermaine? Why? Why should they be putting kids in general population, um, with grown-ups? Hmm? So let me go ahead and go into the story right quick, y'all, okay? So here we go. Hold on. Let me get it real quick. Hold on, I got to find the article. Hold on. I have no idea what I think this is it right here. Let me just check this out to make sure if this is it or not. No, this is not the one. It's the other one. Let's see. I think it's this one. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me just look at this. Not this one. Let's see this one right here. I got a whole list. Okay, so because it's cheaper and more efficient. Okay. Well, you know good and well I don't agree with that, okay? At all, Jermaine. So anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and give you guys the 8 youngest people to go to jail in history. All right. The thing about it is, the majority of children who commit crimes, guys, they go to juvenile detention centers. Okay. The majority of them. However, we do have some that go to a full blown grown up jail, depending on the severity of their cases. The truth is, y'all, prison does not discriminate with age. All right. So we are about to go over no, well, about 10 of the youngest people to go to jail in history. All right. Starting with, I don't know if it's 8 or 10, but anyway, we're going to start with number 9 because I don't see number 10 on here. Okay. Number 9, y'all. Danielle, Daniel Bartlam. He attacked his mother while she was sleeping and unalived her with a claw hammer. Afterwards, he set the house on fire with his mother's body inside. He later lied to police, claiming that a burglar had invaded his home. Now, this little boy's life changed a lot when his parents got a divorce, y'all. Then his mother remarried, and Bartlam got a younger brother. So that made him felt like he wasn't a part of the family. So he started writing violent stories, and he made his mom and stepdad read them. He also had very strange hobbies, like seeking attention and defecating in his room, and then he would hide the feces. Dubbed as the Coronation Street Killer, Daniel Bartlam drew his murderous inspiration from a horrific episode of the series Coronation Street. Before burning down the house, he took his younger brother and family dog out. So he unalived both of them too. Okay, so this is the little boy I'm talking about, y'all. He went to jail. He was born in 1996. Okay, he was 15 years old, and he went to jail in 2011. All right, for murder. Let me show you what it looks like. And this was in United Kingdom. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead into the next one. Number 8, Evan Miller. Okay, he was 14 years old, you guys. Listen, I am still shocked to know, to find out that little kids go to regular jails. Okay, I still can't believe it. But this evidence right here shows that this is true. All right. So number 8, Evan Miller, 14 years old. He went to jail in 2004 for murder. All right. And this is in Alabama. This is this little dude right here. That air is cold as crap. Okay, so Evan Miller and his friend Colby Smith had gone to rob Miller's neighbor, Cole Cannon. Now, upon returning Mr. Cannon's wallet, the old man woke up. Excuse me. Let me read this over again. Upon returning Mr. Cannon's wallet, the old man woke up. Colby Smith proceeded to hit the man with a baseball bat. Evan Miller then brutally beat Mr. Cannon until he passed on. Now, during his resentencing, Judge Mark Craig read part of Miller's testimony about the night of the murder. It said, Cole, I am God. I have come to take your life. The judge referred to those words as being very chilling. On April the 27th, 2021, Miller was resentenced to life without parole, making him the youngest person to serve a mandatory life sentence in Alabama. Evan Miller had attempted committing his first suicide by the age of 6 years old. Again, Evan Miller was only 14 years old when he unalived Cole Cannon. And he told this man that he came to take his life. Number 7, Thomas McLeod Jr. He was 14 years old. He went to jail in 2009 for murder in Michigan. All right. And this is this dude right here. So Thomas McLeod and his best friend brutally beat a homeless man, Wilford Hamilton, to F, in Michigan. The two teenage boys were only 6 months apart and both 14 years old when they attacked Hamilton. They had another victim after the first homeless man named Lee Hoffman, who was also destitute. Wilford passed on a week after his brutal beating. McLeod and his friends beat a third homeless man who survived with broken ribs and a broken nose. Thomas McLeod and Dantes Tillman and another young man named Darren Higgins Jr. set out on a spree, attacking homeless men who could not defend themselves. Thomas McLeod, age 14, went to jail in 2009 for murder. 2 victims. Number 6 is Dantes Tillman, 14. He went to jail in 2009, okay, in Michigan. That's the other little boy who was with the other one, the one I just showed you. Let me show you him. This must have been him when he got older, but this is him. They're showing you pictures of these kids when they got older, okay? So he was 14 years old, guys, when he committed his crime. He and a group of teenagers beat a homeless man, Wilford Hamilton. Tillman and his best friend Thomas McLeod were charged for the murder of the homeless man who passed on a week following the attack. After serving only 2 years of his prison sentence, Tillman argued that he was not mad at the police, prosecution, or even the judge, but at the courtroom itself. During an interview held at the Thumb Correctional Facility in Lapeer, Tillman said that he had a dream in which he destroyed the courtroom. Now, Tillman is the youngest person in Michigan to serve a life sentence. Number 5 is Lionel Alexander Tate, 13 years old, guys. He went to jail in 2001. Okay, let me show you guys what he looks like. And when I say they went to jail, I'm saying to regular jails, no detention center, adult jails, okay? Let me go over here and see who's over here. Hey, John, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so anyway, Lionel Alexander Tate was just 12 years old when he murdered his victim, Tiffany Unique, who was only 6 years old, y'all. Tate claimed to have been playing with the girl when she stopped breathing. He said he had the young girl in a headlock when she hit her head on a nearby table. Upon further examination by forensics, the girl had multiple serious bruises, including a lacerated liver. Her bruises were sustained by someone who had been dropped from the third floor of a building, according to the prosecution side. Tate's first sentencing was overturned, leading to criticism of the Florida judicial system. He was later charged with other crimes, such as armed robbery in violation of his house arrest terms. Okay. Number 4 is D. Al Wawi, age 12 years old. She went to jail in 2016, attempted manslaughter, and knife possession. Okay, let me show you guys what she looks like. She lives in Israel. All right. So anyway, an unarmed Palestinian girl is among detainees in an Israeli prison. She was arrested as she tried to enter Carmel Zoo, which is an illegal Israeli settlement. I don't know how you pronounce this. Al-Jazeera.com refers to the girl as D, keeping her identity private. According to witnesses at the scene, they saw the young girl with a knife. One passing settler took the knife and restrained her until the soldiers arrived. The unnamed 12-year-old from the Al-Wawi family is the youngest detainee in the Hasharon prison in Israel. When the young girl was arrested, she was questioned twice in the absence of her parents and lawyer. Okay, so again, they got her on attempted manslaughter and knife possession at age 12. Look older than 12, but yeah. Okay, the next one is number 3, Anton Wood, 11 years old, you guys. He went to jail in 1893 for murder. All right. This is what this little boy looked like back then. Oops. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. So on the second day of November, 1892, Anton Wood was showing a wealthy businessman Joseph Smith a great hunting ground. On their way, the boy noticed the man's gold watch, NGUN. He envied the items. While they walked, Wood moved behind the man and shot him unalive. How old was this little boy? 11 years old because he wanted that? Come on now. While at prison, the boy Erderer was allowed a private tutor and was considered a genius, because he mastered college mathematics in 1 year. He was a skilled violinist. I know I just said that wrong. Violinist. Yeah. And talented artist whose painting of the Governor Peabody was displayed at the World's Fair in St. Louis in 1904. Now, according to a published article in 1893, Wood said that he would kill anyone to get what he wanted. He was not remorseful for his action, indicating that he was likely a psychopath. No one knows the correct spelling of Anton Wood's name. There are variations such as Anton Wood, Anton Wood spelled a different way, and then they got it spelled another way. Okay. So yeah, that's crazy. So you see kids been doing stuff for the longest. This happened way back in 1892. Okay, so the next one is Mary Bell, age 11. She went to jail in 1968. She had 2 victims for murder, y'all. This is her. So you see now that this kids doing stuff did not just happen now. It's been happening for a long time. We just didn't know nothing about it. We just did not know anything about all these little kids doing all these things. Anyway, she committed her first murder in 1968 when she was just 10 years old, y'all. Mary Bell is the youngest person to go to jail. Okay? Both of her murders targeted preschool boys who passed on at Bell's hands by strangulation. All right? Now, before unaliving her victims, she told them that they had sore throats and that she would massage them. Instead, she would strangle them. During her hearing, Mary's trial veered toward diminished responsibility, and hence she was not charged fully for her crimes. Now, Mary Bell was released in 1980 at the age of 23 under a different name. She has continued to exist under different identities to protect her name, obviously. She had an accomplice who was acquitted of all charges. So she was released in 1980. So what year she was born? Oh, in 57. Okay. Okay, I wonder if she's still alive now. Number 1, y'all, is Marjit Sada. He went to jail in 2007 for murders. He had 3 victims. And he committed these crimes when he was 8 years old. 8 years old, y'all. 8. And I thought they said the other girl was the youngest. It seemed like he is 8 years old. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so this little boy right here, this is him right here. Let me show y'all. I'm trying to figure out what makes these kids be these illers at such a young age. I mean, damn, bad seeds. I don't know. Born evil. I don't know. Anyway, this little boy right here was born in extreme poverty. Poverty. He is known to be the youngest. Get this, y'all. Serial killer in history. He was only 8 years old when he became the youngest person to go to jail in history. He allegedly murdered his 6-year-old cousin, his 8-month-old sister, and a 6-month-old baby girl in his neighborhood. Damn. Apparently, when he was questioned and admitted to his crimes, he couldn't stop smiling and showed no remorse. During his arrest, some sources said that a psychologist called him a sadist who derives pleasure from inflicting injuries at 8. At 8? Now, according to reports, he was released in 2016 when he was 18 years old, and nobody knows where he has been ever since. So this little boy, looking a hot ass mess, who lived in India, did all of this stuff. He was a serial killer at 8 years old, y'all. 8 years old. This is a trip, seeing all these kids on this list. 8 of the youngest kids that ever go to prison. Again, it took a lot for me to believe this because I was like, arguing with my daughter, telling her, no, this couldn't be possible because I never knew them to put kids in prison. In detention centers for juveniles, yes, but not full-fledged prisons and jails with grown inmates. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of weird to me. So for me, I see that there is a problem with, not with them being, incarcerated, but how they did it, being incarcerated with grown people. I don't think that should be like that. Like I said before earlier in this video, I actually think they should, expand the juvenile detention center thing and have a part where it only deals with kids who commit crimes like murder, RAPE, and things of that nature, and put them in there. And that's where they should be until they turn 18. And once they turn 18, then they automatically should be moved on to adult facility. Point blank, I think they should do it like that. Because for me, putting kids in jail cells with grown-ups that just makes them a sitting target. You know what I'm saying? And all types of things, can happen. Let me see what else they got here, y'all. Okay. So hold on. So I just showed you guys, like I said before, 8 kids who are supposed to be the youngest kids that was in prison. All right. For those really awful, crimes that they committed, point blank. Now I'm going to tell you why it isn't a good idea to put kids in prison with grown-ups. Now, they claim that there are about 10,000 minors under the age of 18 in jails and prisons intended for grown people who indulge in crimes. Juveniles make up about 1,200 of the 1.5 million people in prison in state and federal detention facilities, including children in adult jails and prisons. Now, including children in grown-up jails and prison creates a variety of risks and issues for these juvenile offenders. For example, minors are 5 times more likely to be actually assaulted in adult detention facilities and are 36 times more likely to commit the S word if housed in an adult jail or prison. Now, again, like I said before, when you put kids in a jail or prison with grown ass men, especially, they have a high risk of sexual abuse. Now, they said some states do prohibit putting kids in jail cells or prison cells, in prisons or jails with grown-ups, but some states don't, okay? Now, the United States government has passed legislation to end this practice, specifically the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act of 1974 and the Prison RAPE Elimination Act of 2003, which required that juvenile offenders be housed separately from adults. Even with these federal statutes, some states, y'all, continue to house juveniles and adults together, and some states have deliberately chosen to forego federal funds rather than comply with these laws. Now, according to the National Inmate Survey conducted by the United States Department of Justice, 1.8% of 16 and 17-year-olds jailed in adult facilities have reported being sexually abused while in custody, either by other adult inmates or by prison staff. Sexual assault of minors in prison is considered to be widely underreported, and less than 10% of minors in the survey who were sexually abused actually reported the abuse. All right, let's see. Also, it can have effects on mental health. Okay, many minors who are prosecuted and sentenced as adults suffer from undiagnosed and untreated mental illnesses. Unlike many adults who have mental health concerns, minors may not understand how to manage their illness or deal with conditions such as anxiety, depression, fear, and trauma. Being housed in an adult detention facility will often make it just worse mentally. All right, and that can lead to an increased suicide, an increased SUICIDE rates and higher rates of you know um problems with them doing stuff that they should not do while they are incarcerated. Okay, children often act recklessly, which can lead to more severe punishments in adult facilities, including the use of solitary confinement, which has been shown to have long term negative effects on children, especially. Another reason why they should not be housed with grown ups is because they can get a decreased access to programming. Now, in juvenile detention facilities, the stated goal is to we to make them come back out and be productive citizens, okay, and live a productive life. All right. However, if you throw them in a prison with grown-ups, it's been proven that this does not happen because they are learning things from these grown-ass people in prison, bad things a lot of times. And also too, one will wonder if children are inside of a regular prison or jail, are they receiving education, you know, um, school? Okay. Are they obtaining the proper medical care, physicals, dental care, all of these type of things, because they still have to have that done there. Let's see what else they got here. And again, like I just said, what are they learning from these other prisoners, these older prisoners who could be teaching them how to do bad things? You know what I'm saying? In prison with them, they could be teaching them how to do many different things. Kids are, impressionable. They pick up so much. So why would you want to put them with grown ass people who committed murder, RAPE, um, breaking into people's places and things like that? Why would you want to put them in there with these type of people? Even though, yeah, some of these kids might have did some of the same things, but they still are children. So again, I don't have a problem with, kids being incarcerated if they do something that deserves them being put in jail or prison. But what I do have a problem with is if they throw these kids in a prison or jail with grown-ups, okay? Again, I think they should have separate facilities just to handle those type of kids, point blank. And only children will be in that facilities, not put them in a facility with grown people, because so many things can happen. It's so easy for them to manipulate a child, to actually assault them, to have them doing other things in prison, other crimes, to groom them, all types of things. It's just not a good thing. And I'm just shocked at finding out this information. It's just plainly ridiculous. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Plainly ridiculous. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. I think that's all of that I got right there. Oh, no, this one right here. No, this is the same thing. Okay, so let me give y'all this other information that I found out as well about this. Let me let y'all know something. Remember in this live, I said up here that some kids have even been executed. Okay, this is true. About 22 juvenile offenders have been executed. 22 states permit the juvenile DEATH penalty, but only Texas, Virginia, and Oklahoma have executed more than one juvenile offender. 4 other states have each executed one. This is plainly crazy, okay? Jermaine said only children 16 or older should be put in regular prison. Okay. And hey, Young Riz, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all showed Young Riz some love and support. Hope you're having a good morning, Young Riz, and happy and blessed Friday to you. So Jermaine said he thinks 16 or older should be put in regular prison. Okay, yeah, I can, 16, but I still say 18. But yes, I can go with that with 16 because some 16-year-olds are grown as ever. You know, they really are. It just, for me, it depends on the child, and things like that. Just looking at all other factors, and things like that to determine if they want to put that 16-year-old in a adult prison. Otherwise, for me, I think 18 and under should go to juvenile prison or jail. They should make that, for juveniles who commit crimes like RAPE and murder and things like that. And then once they turn 18, they should be put into a grown facility automatically to finish up their life in prison. Okay, that's what I believe. So we did just find out that 22 juvenile offenders have been executed. And 22 states permit the juvenile DEATH penalty. All right. That's crazy, y'all. I'm not going to lie about that. Let's see here. So the last approved execution of a juvenile, y'all, was convicted murderer Leonard Shockley. He passed on in a Maryland gas chamber on April the 10th, 1959, at the age of 17. Nobody has been under the age of 19 at the time of execution since at least 1964. Okay. Now they said some states are against placing children in adult jails or prisons, but a majority still allow children to be incarcerated in adult prisons and jails, where they are at the highest risk of being actually assaulted. So this the youngest person to go to jail for life is what is this dude's name? They just got his last name. His last name is Tate. He was 12 years old at the time of the murder, and his victim was only 6 years old. He was the youngest person in modern U.S. history to be sentenced to life imprisonment, bringing broad criticism on the treatment of juvenile offenders in the justice system of the state of Florida. So yeah, this little guy, this dude right here. Okay. All right. Let's see what else I got. I think that's it, y'all, on that part right there. Let's make sure. So again, like I said before, I was shocked when I heard all of this, especially the execution. Now, mind you, some of these kids that were executed was back during, slavery time and, after that time when they were still heavily racist against black people and stuff. And they used to wouldn't hesitate, to pick up a little teenager or whatever the case, a child, and throw them in jail and then ultimately unalive them. They didn't hesitate to do that. So that part I could actually believe 100%, but the thing is, for me, I still think it's crazy to house juveniles in a jail made for grown-ups, okay? And um it really, I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to use. It, for me, it really does not, you know, help them become a better citizen when they go to regular jail as a child. You know, not saying that they're going to come back out into public or whatever the case is, but they still, the purpose of being a juvenile detention center is to have them, get them to act the way they should be acting. You know what I'm saying? So they can come back out into society. However, for me, when a child commits murder or RAPE, you can still teach them all that. But for me, those type of crimes deserve to be incarcerated a little longer than what the juvenile law states for kids. Okay. So I honestly believe that any kid under 18 should be in juvenile. Once they turn 18, they need to go ahead and go to the grown prison. That's what I believe, point blank. And if you do have kids that are 11, 10, 12 that are doing, awful crimes like murder and things like that, they should have a second part, you know, where they can put these kids in a facility made for kids who commit these type of crimes, and they be around other kids, not grown ass men or women. So yeah, I definitely think they need to change all of that because that's crazy. Yes, when kids unalive, yes, make them be held, accountable for their actions. So hopefully they can stop doing these type of things, especially some of these kids who have not really committed no real, off no real crazy crime or anything, like if they was doing something petty or whatever the case is. So for me, I think it's all about how they do everything, how they structure everything, you know, so they can actually, accomplish something by, putting kids in jail or whatever the case is. Because if you're throwing kids in jails and you're not accomplishing anything, in other words, they coming out and they going back into a life of crime, what did you really accomplish? What did your jail really teach these kids? Hmm. If you're throwing them in there with grown-ups, it probably won't teach them nothing but how to continue being a hot ass mess. Let's keep it real. That's what it'll probably teach them. So yeah. So for me, kids need to be with kids and grown-ups should be with grown-ups, and it's just point blank. And I'm going to talk about this subject again in more detail because I can't cover everything, about it because I found out a lot of, information on that. That's why I was like, tripping out when I saw it because I didn't believe that at first. I was like, there is no way they are putting kids in jail. I could not believe it or in prison. I just could not believe it, y'all. But I did, like I just said, the information I just gave you guys all come from, you know, sites that have a good reputation. So it's true. And then you can look at the numbers and things like that. And like I said, some states do not do it at all, but some states be like, forget it, and they do it. They can try, the kids as grown-ups and throw their ass right into a regular grown-up jail. That's what they can do. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that kids should be thrown in jail with grown-ups or thrown into prison with grown-ups? Do you think kids should be let out of jail when they turn 18, regardless of the crime that they commit? So say if they murder someone and go to juvie, when they turn 18 or 21, they'll let them out back into society. Do you agree with that? And what do you think they need to do to help to encourage these kids to stop engaging in criminal activities and things like this? What do you think they need to do to stop that? Because jail is clearly not working for some of them, especially when they throwing them in there with grown-ups, where they can be taken advantage of and all types of stuff. Let's go over here to the shop. I'm on the wrong damn YouTube channel. Wait. Wait. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm yawning on the phone and stuff. So yeah, just answer that question down below if you like, once this video is over. Now we're going to just move on to the next one, where we're going to be talking about the Wells Fargo employee who was unalive. Hold on. Let me take this off of here. Hold on, y'all. Who was unalived at his desk for 4 days, y'all. Can you believe that? And I'm trying to figure out, how was this possible? Because was this desk inside of an office with the door closed? Because I'm thinking maybe that's where it was at. Because how would that be possible to have an employee at the job at his desk for 4 days? A body starts smelling and everything. So I don't understand the story, but I am going to read it to you guys and let you guys know all about it. All right. Let me turn this thing over here. I forgot to put this thing on, y'all. Y'all know at nighttime I be doing the most. All right, let's see. Let's see, what did I do with this? So this is according to Newsbreak, all right? So they said a worker was DEAD at Wells Fargo desk for 4 days. So I'm probably going to have to play this so you guys can hear it. So let me let y'all hear it. Let me turn this music down, okay? Hold on, let me turn this music down real quick. This is crazy. I ain't never heard no shit like this the day of my life. These people are just absolutely crazy these days. All right. How do you not know a body is at a somebody is passed on? How do you not know this? Jermaine, okay, let's see. So Jermaine is saying if they are going to be charged as adults, then yes, put them in regular prison. But I have my reservations about that. I still don't think they need to put them in regular prison if they charge as adult, because it's still, they're not grown. Okay, they just need to have a prison and jails for juveniles, point blank. That's what I think, because you can't put kids in on damn jail. So you're gonna put an 11-year-old in a jail with a grown up. That doesn't even make no sense. You're gonna put a 12-year-old in the jail with a grown up, or a 13-year-old, so this grown ass man or woman can take advantage of this little boy or girl. No, they need to house them with their own age groups, other kids. That's what they need to do. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to this real quick.
Sure, I'm on my phone a lot. It's actually so useful.
We have to wait till these ads go off. Hold on for a second. Let me turn this down to this ad go off. Well, I can skip that one. So listen, let me show y'all.
A Tempe Wells Fargo employee died at her desk. And 12 News is now confirming that it may have taken as many as 4 days for anyone in the office to notice. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. It's a story we first reported yesterday.
Tonight, Tempe police are confirming the timeline of when the woman clocked in to when her colleagues found the body. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in the studio with new details tonight. Gabby, 4 days. I mean, this poor woman went 4 days undiscovered. It's hard to believe.
And that's a question many employees are asking themselves tonight. I spoke with an employee who said that
I'm trying to figure out, how did they not know that she was in there for 4 days? Didn't the body stink? Even if this lady was inside of her office, wouldn't the body stink? Yeah, that's crazy. Who the hell? I mean, come on now.
She shared her perspective on the workplace environment, and they say it's a big building, but most people don't work there on a daily basis.
Oh, okay.
A Wells Fargo employee went to work the morning of Friday, August 16th, and never went home. Tempe police tell 12 News 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme scanned into work at 7 o'clock in the morning. 4 days later, police responded to the office building near Washington Street and Priest Drive for reports of a subject down. Prudhomme was declared dead. The Tempe Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating, but do not suspect foul play. A Wells Fargo employee exclusively spoke with 12 News, but asked not to be recorded or identified out of fear for their job. They say a colleague found Prudhomme dead at her desk in a cubicle while walking around the building on Tuesday, August 20th. Prudhomme's cubicle was reportedly on the 3rd floor and away from the main aisle. This employee says several people had smelled a foul odor, but passed it off as faulty plumbing. They say while most Wells Fargo...
You mean to tell me you send your ass up in a job and you smell something smell that bad, like a corpse, and you talking about you just passing off for faulty plumbing? You would think people would go investigate where the smell is coming from, right?
Fargo employees at this Tempe location work remote. The building has 24/7 security, and someone should have found Prudhomme sooner. The incident left several employees feeling scared and uneasy. This employee wants to see new safety protocols in place, telling me, quote, "It's negligence in some part." A different worker also spoke with 12 News anonymously.
It was just uncomfortable.
Again, calling on the company to do more.
Body was there about 4 days before anybody found it.
That's
before
crazy.
Anybody walked up to her just to say hi, make sure she's okay. She was just laying on her desk.
A Wells Fargo spokesperson previously sent 12 News a statement saying, in part, "We are deeply saddened by the tragic loss of our colleague at our Tempe office," adding counselors through our employee assistance consulting service are available to support employees. An employee tells me their direct management offered those services, addressed the incident, and told workers the building was thoroughly cleaned. And a Wells Fargo spokesperson did not have new information to share with me tonight. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner is investigating the cause of death. In studio, Gabriela.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about this real quick. Now, how in the hell? Let's stop this real quick. Wait, we gotta do this because it's finna start talking. Let me turn this shit down. Hold on. Let's turn this on. So, how in the heck can you sit up in the office complex? And I understand that she was all the way up on the 3rd or 4th floor, you know, probably by herself or maybe with limited people, and nobody paid attention to her. But the thing for me is that, damn, when you smell her, okay, and then if you hold on for a minute, y'all, let me get this real quick. And then, y'all, if you smell something smelling weird like that, wouldn't you get up and try to investigate where this awful smell is coming from? I don't think you would just, at least I know I wouldn't be just sitting there talking about it's the plumbing. I'm listen, a coarse body, a body, somebody who's unalive, it does not smell the same way as a damn sewer smell. It's a different type of smell. Okay, it's a different type of smell. You know, it's just like those when them animals pass on, you smell like that smells totally different than a sewer system or some weird smelling water. Okay, so in my opinion, you would think that if people smell something like that, you would basically call maintenance up, right? And then maintenance would go and find out where that smell is coming from and investigate it. Investigate it. Okay, that's what you would think. Then also, if you have cameras throughout the entire facility, right? If you never see this lady leaving out, like security or whatever. I guess they got security in the building. If you never see the lady leaving out or anything else, wouldn't that make you wonder what she's doing? And then you would probably go up there and check on her. Let's go ahead and read a couple of these comments, y'all. Let's see. We've been on here for 55 minutes. We're doing a good timing tonight. Okay, somebody says, so no one cleaned or vacuumed her area for at least the 4 days. Heartbreaking, disgusting, and unacceptable. I said the same thing. She had no one, no husband, children, or loved ones looking for her. All she had was a job that didn't care. Damn. Somebody said, yeah, a lot of women are going to be in that same predicament in 5 years. And then somebody else said, better to pass alone than to pass surrounded by people who don't give a flying F about you. Let's see. Somebody said Wells Fargo is by far not the only disgusting company that don't give a shit about their employees, but want you to say they are the best company to work for. This is so sad on so many levels, disgusting and deplorable management. By not checking, making sure the department was empty, all staff gone. Shame on so many companies for the disgusting, unprofessional business manner they have now adopted as so-called great practice bullshit. Okay. Again, I don't need to read all these comments because the thing is like this. I don't understand how nobody realize they should get up and go check out where that smell is coming from. Also, I don't understand why people didn't go to her office in the first place. Where was security? Where was the cleaners? Okay. Where was any of these people? It seemed like, they would come and check in that office. What about, when the cleaners clean up, they're supposed to be cleaning each office. So why didn't they see this lady? It doesn't even make any sense. So Jermaine say, right, no cameras, nothing. I don't know. But clearly, if they do have cameras, it probably wasn't, working or something. I don't know. So let's see one more. Let's see one more comment. Somebody said at the desk for 4 days and no one noticed. Well, the person must work in that big building by themselves. Where were the people that worked there? At the person's family didn't notice the person wasn't coming home in 4 days. And that's what I'm saying. That's another thing too. Her family members didn't realize she was not coming home. Um, Friends didn't realize this. Nobody. So it's just plainly crazy that nobody knew that this person passed on while at work and was just laying on the desk. It's crazy. It's very crazy, y'all. What do you guys think about that story? What do you think about that? Do you think Wells Fargo should have known about this earlier? Okay. Um, or do you think that they could have made this mistake? And what about the smell? Do you think people should have been able to, once they smelled the smell, don't you think people should have investigated it? Or do you think they didn't really, have to? They just handled it the way they did. Basically, what do you think about that entire story? That's a hot ass mess. The story is. You go to work, you work, something happened medically. You would think people will see this. You know what I'm saying? Or notice that you didn't leave or you didn't come back, you know, um, each day to check in or anything. Or they didn't notice that the car was still sitting out there in the parking lot or wherever. So for me, I just find it very hard to believe that they did not know anything. Point blank. All right. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all one. We doing good timing tonight, y'all. We really are. I think I have one job thing for you guys. Let me see. Yeah, it is right here. This lady claims she makes $4,500 a month. Now I don't know um how if she's really telling the truth. I'm just telling you guys about it for making money. Okay. Let's see what she does. Let's see. She's not going into strict details. Okay, I don't know if we can use this one. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't know if we can use this one. That daggone AI, man, is a hot ass mess. Okay, so tonight we won't do no money saving things tonight, but I will let you guys know tomorrow on Effery Friday. And I got some tripped out stories to tell you guys about for that tomorrow. So be looking forward to that, later on today. All right. Other than that, y'all, an hour, I can't believe it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to thank Jermaine for being up here in the house. He probably sleep. John in the bush probably sleep. Thank you so much. Young Riz. Thank you so much. See, I think that's it, Nightbot, doing his job. All right, y'all, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hold on. And hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming video. And hit that bell. All right? All right. And I think I said this back. A thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. All right, y'all? There you go. All right. And don't forget, if you want to show additional support to this channel, you can do that by doing a Cash App to $ShadesTube. All donations are used for this channel. Other than that, y'all, I will see you guys back later on today for our Friday fuckery. And until then, have a good Friday. And ShadesTube will see you later. All right? Peace out, y'all. And thanks to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watches this in the replay. See here. Let's take all of this stuff down, y'all, real quick. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go ahead and change all this stuff. Did I already put that in? Okay. Good night, y'all, and happy and blessed Friday. Turn this music back on.